reach up here, maybe get a little better reception. Tonight, we're just sneaking on here for a minute and thought we would talk a little bit about full sending, which is kind of what we're doing tonight, fully committed for you guys. Um, yeah, let me get this thing set up. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, tonight I want to talk a little bit about something here in the realm of what we call full send. That's something that we kind of use as a description sometimes at the ranch, like when we're just like committing fully to a process, like we're not going to hesitate. And I'm not saying tonight that like you guys need to do that with your horses, but what I am saying is it's probably something you should think about when it comes to committing to the things that you do want to get done, whether it's following a specific program, committing to a timeline with your horse, like, hey, I'm going to ride this horse every day for 30 days, give him a day off here or there or whatever. But like, just going to put this to a plan. I'm not going to complain that he was an ass because I got him out after 3 weeks off, rode him for an hour, and we didn't agree on something, and then complain about it. I'm going to be like, hey, I put 30 days on this horse, and we had a little glitch, but I understand it because I've been riding him for 29 days, and like I understand him, so I can work through things. But what I see with folks a lot of times is the ones that full send, the ones that commit, the ones that are all in, particularly with this program, they do really well. And I don't care where they start from. They could be the least confident, the worst rider, have just about the worst horse. And if they commit full send to the program, it's incredible to see how good they can get. And I've seen other people, and I don't know, this probably sounds like criticism. It's not trying to be a criticism, but the ones that kind of tip their toe, they dabble. They're in this program. They're in this program over here. They're in this program over here. Every other week, they're at a different clinic. They're in a different book. They're in a different YouTube series. They're in a different. And I've seen those people develop over the years, and they're not any better. They're honestly not any better. I've seen it, and I'm not trying to point any fingers. This is just an observation. They're not any clearer to their horses. They're not any more understood by their horses. They're not any more confident in themselves. And maybe not at all, but like they're not where the other people are that fully committed to something. Okay. So my point is this: no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be this program. It could be, there's lots of good programs out there. But whatever you decide to do, try a little bit more commitment level on the horses and see what happens. Because like I know for myself, this may not be the best program out there, but I know this program has never failed me, and it's never failed anybody who's fully committed to it. And I've never had a horse that we couldn't train to some degree. Now, maybe there's a program that's a little better if you want to specialize in something. But as far as just general horsemanship, I've never seen a program that is easier to teach, is easier to learn, is easier to develop for both the horses and the humans. And when people commit to it, I notice they do extremely well. And whether it's this program or any others, it's like commit. Because my observation has been this, like I just said, is the people that don't commit, they're like, well, I'm going to take 2 pieces from this program, 1 piece from this program, 6 pieces from this program, 1 piece over here, and try to put them together. It doesn't work very good. The main reason is they don't know if they're searching all of those programs, they don't know what pieces would fit or not because they've never really gotten into a program far enough to know what meshes. What you would need, let's say there were 6 different programs or methods, you would need all 6 of those people to pull pieces, have a meeting, get it organized, and see what would fit. Not even just a meeting, but like sessions to see what could crisscross properly, and then that might be successful. But if you're trying, it's like I'm gonna get a carburetor for a Honda and the tires off a Ferrari, and then like a turbo off of a Ford, and like it's just, I mean, they're all good parts, but they're not going to fit together very good. Hell, even just like take a Ford or Dodge or whatever. You know, I'm going to take my carburetor off of a 1960 versus the carburetor off of a 2020 or 2026. Like, it's just not going to work, really. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but it's not going to work very good. Just certain things go with certain things. It's just the way it is. And when you get too far out, too far from the base, too far from the core, um, things don't work very good. It's just an observation. Now, you know, for everybody that says this doesn't work, you know, there's probably a person or two that's figured that out, and kudos to them. Like, it's great. But on average, I think those people even would agree that maybe did figure a little bit of a combo out. Most people, they don't have the skills to put that together. And it's not maybe even that they don't have the skills. They haven't really taken the time, you know, to blend all of that stuff together. Like, if you're riding 10, 20 horses a day and you're going to blend some methods, I think it could work. But what I'm talking about is the people that ride like one horse a week and then they try to blend a bunch of stuff. That doesn't tend to work very good because you don't have enough like data to be combining a bunch of stuff. There's just not enough data. It's like you don't have a baseline chart to start from because you you're you're doing it off of like one horse, you know. I saw this one deal for a while advertised, and they advertised this really cool method. I was like, man, that's really cool. No bits, no spurs, no nothing. I was like, man, what a cool life that is. They don't have any iron on the horses. There's nothing. I'm like, that must be real nice for them. Like, how cool is that? And I'm not anti-bit or for bit or whatever, but I was just like, how cool is that? But then I start looking at their method. All the horses in their string were like 25-year-old Appaloosa geldings or something. Like, just like an easier type of horse. And I was like, well, what about the people with the 3-year-old Arab and, you know, the 6-year-old off the track thoroughbred and the wild Mustang and all? Like, I mean, it's a neat idea, but if you're just pushing one thing, like, it's probably not going to work on all these others. It could. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but you know, when you're promoting certain things, it's just like how wide of a scale does it fit, you know? And it was what my point with that is like they just came up with this idea and then they tried to float it, but they didn't really test it. And sure, it probably works on a couple horses. But it doesn't work for the masses, you know, and that's what I try to deal with. Like, I have an open door policy. So uh, what that means is, like, if you can get it in the trailer, we'll take it at a clinic. Like, you should get it in the trailer. It's the only rule I have. I'll even sometimes, I will sometimes go get the horse for them. Like, I don't hardly do it anymore. I think I did one last year. It worked out good for everybody. But um, it's like, if you can get it in the trailer, we'll take it at the clinic. You may have to be in the beginning clinic or colt clinic or whatever the thing is, depending on the horse. And they have to work the horse. I'm not going to work the horse the whole time. I'll certainly help them with the horse. I'm not going to work him the whole time, but we'll get him some answers. We'll get some things going. We'll get some things laid out for him. So, anyway, let's check the chat. See what's going on here tonight. Say yes, all in, full send, no regrets. Atta girl. I love that, Christina. This is worth posting right there, Christina. Denise is on here. Hattie. Who else is on here? A couple folks. Yeah, maybe put your guys' thoughts in here. I'd be love to hear what you guys have to say about this. I'm not trying to talk down about anybody or anything. These are just general observations. And because people come to me for help, they're like, Steve, I need some help. So what have I been doing some of these Facebook Lives about lately and Facebook posts and stuff? It's like, well, trying to get you guys information that I think helps. Doesn't mean it's the gospel. Doesn't mean it's the only way. Just some tips. And one big tip is full send once you find something you like. And I've seen so many people in our community full send it And like I was the other night, I was talking, like if they can make it to 3 to 5 clinics or camps, combine it with the online community, take probably 1 to 3 years to complete that. At least 2 years would be nice. Like take some time. Like come to a clinic, go home and practice. Come back to another clinic, go home and practice. That like changes everything. It will just completely change. And I've seen oh my God. Kara. There haven't been carburetors in cars. All right, that is a good point. Probably all of the weed whackers that are going haywire at the ranch and all the small engines on the ranch. Thank you for that tip. So good. I feel like some of my cars on the ranch, trucks on the ranch, still run some carburetors. Oh my God. That's a good point. There have not. How is it you have to know everything? This is incredible. Since the 80s? Oh my God. You know, I'm trying to remember. I took an automotive class. I think it's a large engine, would they call it? Like, there's like diesel engines and stuff. I don't know what they call the class, but it's an automotive class. That would have been in the 90s, and they had carburetors. So, are you sure it's the 80s? I feel like that's off. What'd she say? The weed whack. Oh my God. I'm coming on. When I get back, I'm going to show you a carburetor on something. I just know there's got to be something. Hey, how about the dump truck? How about the dump truck? Or what about the truck on the obstacle course? Huh? I feel like there should be a carburetor. There's 3 vehicles on the ranch. They may or may not have engines in them, but they started with a carburetor. Those 2 old trucks and the dump truck. What do you think? Is that a thing? Oh my gosh. All I know is we're replacing freaking carburetors every year on them damn weed whackers. Let's see. Finding probably dumpy. There we go. All right. Kara's trying to be right about something, and I'm trying to remember, what was she right about? There's one thing I think this year. I forget what it was, but we all celebrated, so we're gonna give her this one too, I guess. The carburetor situation. Uh let's see. Christina says, finding a program mentor that meets you where you're at is huge. Otherwise, it's very difficult to feel successful or stay ahead of the frustration. Ooh, that's a good one. Finding someone that meets you where you're at. That's such an important situation. Like, meets you where you're at. I like that. That's a good one. Because I guess that's the thing, right? Because I'm like, there are good programs out there for sure. But Christina makes a very good point here. If they are not willing to meet you where you're at, it almost doesn't matter if the program's good or not, because it's like, where's your entry point? And some instructors, they will meet you where you're at for sure. And others, they're not. They're like, well, come back to me when you're at this level or whatever, or you catch them on a bad day or whatever. But that's a good point, Christina. I like that one. Meet you where you're at. All right. What do you do? Go to horseteacher.com and you'll see what we do. That's a good question. Horseteacher.com. The friggin' tracks. Oh, yeah. And the sonotubes. That's so great. This is from YouTube. Tanner. Yes, we happen to ride horses. We do. I love the new YouTube folks. So what's been happening? So this little app I'm on, it goes to Facebook and it goes to YouTube, like at the same time, so that I don't have to like go live on one and then go live on the other. It's supposed to go live to a bunch more, but anyway, it works on 2 of them right now. So we're starting to get some YouTube folks come in, but they're all new kind of clients. Like I haven't been on YouTube hardly at all. So we're just kind of establishing a little baseline over there. So we get different questions there. Like, what do you do? Do you ride horses? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's good. The sonotubes. Um, all week I've been looking at foundations of posts and looking how level they are. I'm yeah, I cannot wait to check in on that project and get it all figured out. Hopefully you've been Googling some sonotube videos because I need to look up some myself. Okay. Well, me and Kara can chat anytime about nothing. So I just want to touch base with you guys. Think about it. Full send. What time is it where you are? It's 9 o'clock ish. Yeah, around 9 o'clock time. I think. Is it? Yes. Yeah, give or take. What time is it where you're at, Tanner? I feel like some of the YouTubers have been popping in like, who we had Tel Aviv the other night. I feel like Tel Aviv would be like, I don't even know, 10, 12 hour difference, maybe more, maybe less, something like way different. It's not like east, like somewhere in the States, East Coast, West Coast, or something like that. Cool. So full send. Think about it. What are you going to commit to? Maybe it's not even about horsemanship this week. Maybe that's a little bit much for folks to bite off this week. But maybe this weekend. What could you bite off this weekend? Like, what's a chunk you could bite off for a full send? I'm going to commit fully to reading one book. I'm going to commit fully to showing up for my horse every day for 20 minutes. I'm going to commit to changing my diet a little bit. Like, I'm going to cut sugars or something, or I'm gonna show up at that gym for 15 minutes a day. Like, what are you gonna fully commit to? Could be just something simple in your life that you've been waiting to adjust, and you've just been waiting for an opportunity, and maybe somebody on your phone to be like, hey, fully commit. And then maybe that person's me. So kind of think about it. I'm gonna think about something too. What am I gonna fully commit to? I think I've actually already got plenty of full commitments waiting for me. And so as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to jump on those this weekend. I'm going to fully commit to something this weekend for sure. It's happening. It's already on the list, but I'm doing it. Probably has to do with sonotubes, but it's happening. All right. Hopefully it has to do with a horse. The friggin' tracks. I love that. All right. She gets credit for one. I'm going to check my, make sure I'm not missing anything. Sometimes this phone with this app does not let me know what's going on. So I'm just going to check the chat on my phone here and see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Come on, chat. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, even my chat bot's on here tonight. That damn thing. Okay, I think those are the chats. That's good. This chat bot's getting kind of crazy. I got to go tune that thing up. I tell you what, who's committed is that chat bot on here. It's got a lot to say. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, if you guys like these lives, let me know. We've been kind of on a roll doing them here. I don't know how much longer they'll last, but we've been doing a few. So we'll try to keep it going um, whenever I can. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and appreciate you guys. Think about that full send little concept